Don from Dr. Smoke. Hopefully you can hear me through this mask. I've got Anthony here, and he is going to help us today and hopefully do some pizzas, show you where to get the supplies from. And right now we're at the store, so I'm going to flip the camera and start from there.
This is a homemade dough ball. What I tend to look for is something that's fresh, and typically it has a pretty good density to it. Don held this earlier and you can feel like it's got like a nice weight to it. It hasn't risen too much, and that's one of the things with the dough is you don't want something that's like over risen. There's a time and a place for that, but for what we're going to do today with making pizzas, we just want a nice firm dough ball that's fresh, not frozen. I'll have Don show you some of the other ones. They do have frozen ones here. If you don't find a section where there's fresh dough balls, you can find a section where there might be some frozen ones. You let them thaw, and then you can make your pizzas that day. Like I was saying earlier, you have your fresh dough balls like I have in my hands, and then a lot of the supermarkets have frozen ones. And as you can see, there's plenty of them. What's nice is, for people that don't like a regular white pie and they want wheat, they also have a wheat crust dough balls, so you can grab them as well.
And as you can see, everybody, they're pretty cheap, at least here in New Jersey, 5 for $5. Right now we're in the cheese aisle, and that's probably the most important part of the pizza, aside from the dough and the sauce. We're gonna go over different types of cheese and show you which ones might be the best for doing pizzas in the GMG. So we've got a bunch of cheeses here. Anthony, why don't you show us what's up?
We got a whole lot of cheese here. You can't see it because it's behind the mask. Obviously you have your sliced cheeses. Some people like doing it that way. I'm a guy, I like to do my nice shredded cheese. I would go with like a low moisture, part skim, maybe a whole milk type mozzarella cheese. You also have some of these other blends where you've got provolone, Asiago, and it really comes down to your own preference. There's no wrong way to go, but I find I like a whole milk and a part skim blended mix, and typically melts great on the top of the pie.
Why is a low moisture content important?
So when you're cooking the pizza, you don't have like a bunch of water coming off of the cheese after it's started to settle. You'll see that sometimes, and you'll get it from some of these local places. They'll use a lower grade cheese.
Now that we're done, car seat and all, no more masks. Thank God for the rest of the video.
Yeah, thank God. See, now you can see the real cheese.
So we're gonna head over to the next place, just a little pizza place, to grab some smaller dough balls for the kids and to show you the difference. We've got Donna from Marciano's here, and we're getting some fresh dough from her in New Jersey. Check it out. Marciano's Pizza in Vineland, New Jersey. Finally home after that journey of picking up all the supplies, and I found this guy on the side of the road. I'm not sure who he is.
What do you want me to do, huh? Are we gonna make it a pizza to pie?
We might be. What's that shirt you're wearing?
Nothing. It's nothing.
You're gonna get it all flowery.
Forget about it.
Now we've got Anthony here. He's gonna show you why exactly we have all this stuff on the counter that we have, so we can show you guys all how to make a great pizza. So first things first, what do we got here, Ant?
First thing that we have here is a nice rolling pin. It's not my grandmom's. She used to use a broomstick. They would cut the broomstick, sand the other end, and they'd use that as the rolling pin. Well, this is a rolling pin that I got probably from like IKEA or one of those places. And it's perfect for people that, you know, want like a flat crust pizza and they don't want to go through all that we're going to show you today on how to actually form the crust of the pizza and what else is involved with, you know, shaping a regular pizza that you get in like a restaurant. And what I got here is a nice slab of marble. I also got this at IKEA. but you probably could find them online. This is great for shaping a pizza. So that's why I brought this today. If you don't, you could use your countertop. You could take like a big sheet pan and use that, but you'll see how I go and actually shape the pizza today. Here, I just got a couple bowls set up. We're gonna put some cheese in the big bowl, some sauce, and this is gonna be, we're gonna be cutting up some onions and sauteing them and using them. That's what this is for. One of the biggest things with pizza dough is having enough flour and not too much. Too much flour, your pizza crust will burn, and we don't want that.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people complain that the bottom's burning. A lot of times, just too much flour on the bottom.
Yeah. It's your temperature and too much flour. Just regular all-purpose flour for that. Obviously, cutting board. We're gonna be cutting up some vegetables. I got some green peppers, some plum tomatoes, nice Vidalia onion, some fresh basil. And we're gonna do one pizza with a little bit of arugula and some fresh mozzarella, the cheeses that we talked about earlier, and our dough balls. The other thing that I brought today is 2 wooden peels. One's a regular wooden peel. I usually use this to either put it in the oven or cut up my pizza once it's done. So this is a synthetic type pizza peel. You see the slight beveled edge. This is great for putting the pizza in the oven. It handles the high temperature heats, and I'll show you a couple tips and tricks in regards to how to get the pizza dough off of the peel into the oven. Some things that people just don't know. So we'll go over that a little bit later.
Since we just found this guy on the way home, actually off the boat or whatever, he's going to show you how to actually make a pizza and successfully get it transferred from the pizza peel to the oven. And there are a couple tricks. So we're going to start with step 1. Take it from here, Anthony.
Dough ball. In a bowl of flour, like this. You want to coat both sides. And then you want to go around a couple times. Make sure that the flour's on the entire surface of the dough ball. And a little flour on your working surface, whatever that may be.
Why do you like the marble again?
It just is real smooth with the dough. And what I'm doing right now is I'm just shaping my crust. So what I do is I take this part of my hand and that part of my hand. I'm left-handed, so I do it this way. If you're right-handed, it's the opposite. This side of your finger and your palm, and you go around like this. All right? Push down the center a little bit.
So how come you're forming a crust now? Because it's not even stretched out to the size it needs.
It's better to do it now than when you're done. This will stay uniform, the center, and your crust will already be stretched out nice and perfect. So a little bit of flour here. Now, this was the top of the dough ball. The top of the dough ball becomes the bottom of your pizza. So we're gonna flip it over just like I did. And then we reform the crust. Going around Again, it would be the same if you were doing it right-handed. And you turn it. You use your fingers to kind of like turn the dough. Just like that. Push down. What you're pushing down for is you're pushing down all the bubbles that might be in the actual dough itself. Because what happens is if you were to stick this in the oven, those bubbles will start to blow up in the middle of the pizza. Then the next thing is we make sure we got enough flour on here. Too much will cause the pizza to burn. So we're just going to keep it at a minimum. You just go around and turn it. Just like this. And what I'm doing is I'm actually stretching the dough each time. Kind of slow-mo there. Now you got a nice, perfect, thin crust. Next step is you could just keep doing what I did and stretch it that way. But another tip and trick is using your thumbs, leaving the dough rested on your surface, and you just toss it and slowly stretch your hands apart. Not too much, just a little bit at a time.
So you're getting fancy with them, right?
Yep, a little fancy here. Last but not least, I'm going to toss it in the air. Ready?
Yeah, we'll see if you can do it.
Look at that. And we're looking for a relatively nice round pie. Not too many bubbles in the surface of the dough. Grab our pizza peel.
Now, how come you're not using the metal GMG one?
There's two types that you could use that are great for getting it in the oven. You could use a wood one like you'll see in your typical pizza shop. And typically what you would do, a little bit of flour on it. And then you put your crust right on, right? The wood is good for getting it in the oven. The GMG metal one is great for turning it, as you'll see us do a little bit later, and pulling it out. These you can get at any like kitchen store, but I like to use the synthetic one, as you'll see here. This can handle the heat really well. It's nice, it's thin, as you can probably see from the side, and you can get it right in the oven. Bada bing, bada boom. All right, so probably go about that's about the size of the stone in the oven. All right, next step. I want to get a little sauce on that. That's right, a little sauce on it. Right in the center. Take a ladle, whatever you want to call it. And
I
you
think
just
from here, it's a ladle.
go right around. Don't go too close to the edge, just like that. Any spots that you feel like you need to fill in, you can use the back of a nice big spoon. You don't press too hard, kind of light. This gives you a nice, even sauce on the pizza. If you have a spot like that, and it's kind of a little bare, add a little bit more sauce, and there you go. Nice. All right, this pizza we're making is gonna have some fresh mozzarella, some regular mozzarella. It's a blended cheese, and we're also gonna do a little bit of arugula. So I'm gonna get started putting some of the cheese on.
Nice big pile of cheese.
Nice big pile of cheese, and then slowly stretch it out. Typical pizza maker can make a pizza in under 3 minutes.
So guys, he's already failed because this video is 6.5. But we are showing you guys how to do it.
All right, so we also want to put some fresh tomatoes on here.
Oh yeah.
So we're going to do that. I sliced them up a little bit earlier. Go around. Next, some fresh mozzarella. I'm gonna rip these in half, they're a little big. Kind of going between the tomatoes. You can do it however you want. When these melt in that GMG grill, they melt down real nice. Great flavor. The smokiness. You'll see. Perfect pizza. All right, next, I'm gonna do a little bit of arugula. We're not gonna do too much. We can probably actually throw some more on at the end. Right when it comes out. This is just to kind of soak in a little bit. The rest is gonna be right at the end. We're gonna crisp it last turn. Also, I'm gonna throw a little bit of fresh extra virgin olive oil, some EVOO, and some hand chopped garlic.
Looking good, Anthony.
This is the way we do it.
Who?
Hey. That's who. Some fresh basil that we just cut up earlier. Sprinkle that on. Yep. It's alright. There we go.
Great.
We do a little bit of either grated cheese like a Pecorino Romano, a Reggiano Parmesan, or just a regular Parmesan. Alright, get that on there. Alright. Now here's the key. You can season it however you want. This is a little bit of oregano. Alright. And then, go ahead.
Now, I think my biggest worry right now is how am I going to get this off the peel? That's for sure, because that's what I'd be stressing about right now. And a lot of new people making pizza are stressing about it. So if you could show us some tips here, it'd be great.
Sounds great. Couple quick tips. First thing, make sure the peel is dry. Any kind of moisture that gets on that peel, it's going to stick. If you're really concerned about it, you can take a nice little bit of flour, not too much, and just stick that right on the front edge. That'll help ensure that once this pizza comes off this peel, it's not sticking. But always try to make sure you ain't got no wet spots underneath. Those wet spots, they're your enemy.
They're trouble.
All right, the next step. Here you go. Watch this. You pinch the back, and you just get a little bit of air underneath. All right? And I'm going to show you another quick tip. This is a heavy pizza, so it might be a little harder to get that up. But I'll show you what you do once we go to get it right in the oven.
A little dark, apologize. But we'll go ahead and put this in the oven.
Now, what you can do is a little bit of air underneath, shimmy, shimmy, shake, and let it bake.
Right off the peel, perfect.
Just like that. Oh, it hangs a little bit, that's all right. Just be careful, this is a hot, hot oven. We should be good. Close her up and let her cook.
Been about, what, about a minute and a half, 2 minutes?
Maybe a minute and a half, 2 minutes.
Let's check it out.
Let's check it. A little droopy here, but that's all right.
So you're using the metal peel now.
Yep, the GMG peel. And what we're gonna do is, we're going in there, we're gonna turn it a little bit, just like I did, see that? And we're gonna put it right back in. Now see, this is nice and crisp here. This is, you want that crisp edge to the outside of the pizza oven. There we go. Now let that cook. Try another 1-2 minutes. Spin it again one more time. And maybe one last spin, and it's good to go.
We'll see you guys in a minute.
All right, so it's been about a minute, maybe a little less than. We just don't want this to cook too much. I don't know if you can get under there. See,
The bottom of the crust is really almost perfect right now. I'm gonna check it, pull it out, looks good. Spin it one last time.
Cheese is melting.
Everything's looking good. I'm gonna slide that back in for maybe a minute. I don't think it's gotta go too long, Don. All right, we're gonna pull it.
We're pulling it. Oh man, that's looking good. Got the metal tray, pulling it off. Looking great.
Look at that cheese bubbling.
That is right. Look at the bubble. Looking great. Bring it inside.
Alright. We're going to do some nice fresh arugula right on top. Perfect.
Looking good. Looking good.
Delicious.
That's how you do it.
right on that. Nothing
All right.
but heaven there.
Folks, guess what? This is actually his first time ever even cooking a pizza. Thanks, guys, for watching.
Hey, I don't know nothing.
Thank you guys for watching. Appreciate it. If you don't mind, like, subscribe. Be more videos coming out. Maybe some strombolis. Whatever you're looking to do. Thank you very much. Dr. Smoke. So now is the best part right here, the taste test. So let me see a nice big bite of that pizza, man. Check it out.
Don't mind the slobber.
How is it?
Oh. Molto bon. So good, so delicious. Crust is perfect on the bottom, perfect on the top. Everything cooks evenly. You can't ask for a better pizza.